Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free? Tell me like what they say. Does it look like in heaven? Does the sun shine bright? Is it peaceful forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived. Does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say?
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans we made put an end to you. I walked out on the morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me to make a stand. just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. I've been walking my mind to an easy time with my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your hair around now. There's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Well, now I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you somehow one more time again now. I thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around. Oh, now I thought I'd see you, I thought I'd see you fire and rain. La 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 la.
We love you, Michael. You mean so much to us, especially me. Like a comet blazing across the evening sky, gone too soon. Like a rainbow fading in a twinkling eye, gone too soon. Shiny and sparkling and spinning bright, here one day, gone one night. Like the loss of sunlight on a cloudy afternoon, gone too soon. Like a castle built upon a sandy beach, gone too soon. Like a perfect flower that is just beyond your reach, gone too soon. Born to amuse, to inspire, to delight, here one day, gone one night. Oh, like the sunset from the racing moon. Gone too soon. Gone too soon.
Hey guys, I may cry. I think I was gonna cry that soon. But hello everyone. My name is Laura, PurplexedQT. Brady Alley should be here. I spoke to her earlier. So welcome everyone. I wish we could meet under better circumstances. Let me see why chat's not working. And sorry I was late. I was trying to get ready and then I got really hot and I just threw my hair up so it looks like shit. Let me find out why chat's not working. Because it's off. Alright. Hey, Ladybud. So, thanks, Yvette. I'm sweating my ass off. So, for those of you that are not familiar with how my YouTube career even started, it had to do with making a murderer. So anything that happens in Making a Murderer hits home to me. So today, I was in Home Depot and I got a phone call. Not a phone call, someone in Discord that I didn't know. Or I didn't remember. She said, hey, Laura, you probably don't remember me, but I am, I'm from MAM, and I have some really bad news for you. So being that I'm not an avid follower of Making a Murderer anymore, the first couple of things that came to mind were A, Catherine Zellner died. B, they lost everything, and they found out that, they're going to jail. They're going to stay in jail the rest of their life. I could not imagine what was going to come out of her mouth next. She says to me, Erekose died this morning. And I'm like, what? And she's like, Erekose died. And I said, does Allie know? She said, yeah, a lot of people don't know yet. We're not sure how we're going to spread it. Are we going to spread it on Twitter? Are we going to, how we're going to do this? I said, oh my God. I said, I'm going to try calling Allie. So I call Allie. Her phone was messed up. But she says, Michelle, a lot of people did. I'm going to tell that story in a minute. So she says, I said, Allie, is this true? She says, what true? I said, is Erekose dead? She said, yeah, he died of a heart attack. Wow. Just wow. I said, a heart attack? Was he on drugs? Like, he's 44 years old. And she said, no, he was complaining of chest problems the last couple of days, didn't think anything of it, like most of us wouldn't, didn't think anything of it, and he died 7:30 this morning. And I'm in shock, like absolute shock. No, I wasn't close with Erekose anymore. He was on my panel a couple times that had unrelated to Making a Murder. He would stop in when I was on this channel. Travis said he was going to come on. Allie said she was going to come on. And I know a lot of them spoke earlier on Tracy Strunzi's panel. Erekose, I'm going to explain that in a minute. So, we weren't close anymore, but we both started our YouTube channels because of Making a Murderer. The Making a Murderer community was the best community ever. Ever. And we met so many good people. I had so many good friends. It started out with Casey. To be honest with you, I don't even remember Casey's last name. But it started out with Casey. I didn't like Casey, so I was like, I'm going to do a YouTube channel. I got a lot to say. And Erekose didn't like either one of us. He thought we were both bad mouths. And he came on the scene that he was going to do a more professional approach where Casey was like way down. And I was like, if you've ever watched my really, really old videos, I ran, like people think I ran in drama. Oh no, you should see me ran on Ken Kratz. And I used to go hardcore, cursing, yelling, everything. Well, Erekose came in as the mature one, I guess you could say. The reasonable one. The one that did things in a much more no cursing. I would dress up. He would dress up. But he just took a different approach. And we fought a lot. In a, nice kind of way. We're both on the same side. But he went to like every rally. He was close with the family. I mean, he did everything that we were all like, oh my God, so lame, boring. And whenever Zellner would come out with something, I'd be like, dude, it's nothing. He'd be like, no, you're wrong, blah, blah. So we used to fight like that. But he was such a diehard Brendan supporter. Diehard. And I mean, first we lost Ziggy, who was an avid supporter. Then we lost Denise, who worked with Erekose on Brendan and frame Brendan and stuff. And then came this morning. And I think all I kept thinking about all day is this man was 44 years old. 44 years old. How do you just drop down of a heart attack at 44? And it's so heartbreaking to me. And it's just so like, wow. And he continued making a murder. Even though there's no news, he still continued to grow his channel. He still continued, hey, Millbilly, if you want a link and you want to talk, you're more than welcome. I left it open for everybody who wants to honor Erekose, more than welcome, take a link. I know a bunch of people spoke on Tracy's before, but I did, me and Erekose were night people. And I went so late because of California, because he, it's only 8 o'clock by him. So, it's a very sad day. And now to hear that Erekose is gone, to know him is to love him. He was a man that he became really close with this guy named Paul. Paul is over in Scotland. And he went to not Arizona. He flew to Millbilly, where were they? Australia? Yeah, he flew to Australia to meet, oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking out. Avery's lawyers, when they were doing their book tour. I can't think of the fucking name. And Paul went there, and they all hung out, and they were taking pictures. And I mean, he kept where most of us filtered out and were just bored with the case already because nothing was happening. Him and Tracy stuck by it. He never gave up on it. He never stopped. Even if he was repeating the same stuff, he never, ever stopped. Pugs, that's not helping me. Your ex had a heart attack at 30. Ouch. He never stopped believing in Zellner. He never stopped believing in making a murderer. He never stopped believing in Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. And now he gets all the answers, because now he's up there talking to Teresa. So now all his questions are answers about what really happened to Teresa Halbach, and we'll never know. Life is so unfair. And all day I've been thinking about it. Like, he's not... I mean, I didn't know him... Like, I don't know his daily routine. I knew he drank and stuff, but... to know that he's dead at 44 years old, that's younger than I am. That's 6 years younger than... No, not 6. 5 years younger. That's 5 years younger than I am. Wow. That's crazy. Just crazy. I don't even know what to say. What's up, Stewie? He's very young. Very young. Dean Strang and Buting. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Thank you. I don't know why I got this stupid curl. And I mean, he believed in the cause. He believed in his fight. He actually recently interviewed Amanda Knox. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. That to be his friend, he was your friend till the end. He never said a bad word about anybody. And I know, like, when somebody dies, everybody says that. Everyone's like, oh, they were so nice. And hey, Jennifer, like, they were so nice. But he really didn't. He really never said bad words about people. He would, like, alter it a little, or he'd be like, oh, I don't agree with you. But he never said anything negative. Also, let me put this out there. Hold on. His family, I donated this morning. His family started a GoFundMe. He's raised almost $4,000 already. His family raised a GoFundMe. Whoop. If you want to donate to the family, please do. Let me get you the link. Hold on. All right. Mods, also, can you grab that? So, a link I just posted is his family's GoFundMe. And what they write in it is that, hello, everyone. Richard McAdam, a.k.a. Erekose, tragically passed away unexpectedly at age 44. He was a passionate, caring, and kind human being who did not deserve to leave this earth so early. Because of this event is so unexpected, we are asking for help to support his celebration of life. This is where I cry. We want to be able to give him a good home and have a ceremony where people can say their goodbyes. We would love any support you could possibly offer. He was undeserving of his life to have ended so sudden. His family and friends are all he had, and we love him so much. He is well known for his YouTube channel, Erekose. He loved his community and everyone who supported his passion. Thank you to everyone who supported him throughout his life. He loves you. And it started a couple of hours ago, 5 hours ago, and they raised almost $4,000. So let me drop that again. Only the good die young, James. I meant to put a picture of him up. Hold on. And whoever's giving thumb downs, can you please take your fucking hate elsewhere? Thank you very much. Fucking morons. The one on the bottom, well, now the one on top is back in the early days. I'm just, yeah, I meant to do a slideshow. I just didn't have the time. I'm just dumbfounded. I can't, I mean, in the Making a Murder community, we were a team. All of us, every creator that made videos about it. Because we were all on the same side. So, it was such a huge part of who we are today. It's such a huge part of why we started. I mean, it is the reason we started YouTube. And, I mean, I don't know what else I can say. He's just a huge part of this community. He's a huge part of the fight. He is, I mean, he's Erekose. This was our fight. We were going to take this to the end. We, you know, all of us, not just me and him, like every creator that was on this side for Making a Murder. I mean, every single one of us, we were going to do this. Like, this was us. And I'm just dumbfounded. But what I'm going to do too is, Billy, do you want to come up? I'm going to play a little bit of his video, just to show you guys like who he was as a person. I'm just dumbfounded. So let me find one of his videos. Uh, 3 days ago. This was him 3 days ago.
Hello.
Hang on. 3 days ago. And just to put it in like perspective, you would never ever think, when you watch him 3 days ago, you would never think this man's gonna drop dead in 3 days. Yeah.
Hey everybody, here I am. All right, so how y'all doing? Hi Sharon, hi Mandy. All right, so we're here today talking a little bit about Lynn. Obviously, he appealed the decision regarding the harassment of the clerk and everything. Anyway, the appeals court today affirmed the trial court's ruling and everything. So I'm talking a little bit about Lynn. And then what I'm going to also tell you guys about, I'm going to start off with here, and I'll say it again at the end, but I have just finished, got off the phone, got it all dealt with getting my trip to Wisconsin rescheduled for 1 week sooner. So what that means is I'm now going to be in Wisconsin from the October 17th until October 25th. So that means we're going to be doing the Madison Rally, and this is now pretty firm. This is very firm, actually, that we are doing the Madison Rally on Wednesday, October 21st. So
Travis, there you are.
That's the day of rally now. Brandon Maddox is going to be there. Many of the folks from Eagle Nation are going to be there, and I'm hoping we're going to have a strong showing of Avery Dassey supporters there as well. You know, at least folks, local folks in the state and everything that can make it there somewhat easily. And maybe anybody, because, you know, it's about 3 months away still, 2.5 months or whatever. So those that can plan to get there for Wednesday, October 21st, you know, please do. And if you're interested in making the trip, just know that you could join us in Neenah on Tuesday, the 20th, if you so desire. And we're going to be over there rallying and supporting Michael Funk, Eagle Nation, and what happened over there in December of 2015.
So that's just you would never know he's going to be dead in 3 days from the time his video was made. It's crazy. Travis, let me drop you a link. Hold on. There you go, Travis. Or Millbilly, anybody that wants to come up. It is a devastating loss for everybody. Stacy, you can come up too. He just knew he'd see the day when I know. I mean, he was supposed to be a part of that. Like, this is just fucking crazy. November Rain, he was one of my, I guess you could say, co-partners in making a murderer. We all started YouTube channels together. Travis? Oh. Travis? Your audio is not connected. You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. What's up?
Oh, kind of a long day. Shocking day. Really appreciate you doing this. It's wonderful seeing old clips and photos. And
I know. Look how young he looked. In the top one, I was like, that's definitely old. He did do a tribute for Ziggy Jet, and I think if this was reversed, he definitely would have done a tribute for me. I would hope.
No, of course he would.
I know.
A lot of those early supporters, and you and Richard. I don't refer to him by his screen name anymore. You know, it's Richard McAdam, real person. Talk to him on the phone a lot. Talk to you on the phone a lot, and you know, real people. And so I saw I was, out at our ranch today, and doesn't have good Wi-Fi and doesn't have cell coverage in parts of it, and started to get back towards town and saw that I'd received a couple of phone calls and some texts, and they were from, longtime friends of Richard's and supporters. They said, have you heard the news? Something's happened. And one of them said, you need to call me. So I called and said, are you sitting down? And I said, well, I'm in my car, and well, I need to tell you some bad news. And I thought it was about the case.
That's
and then,
what I had too. That's what I thought too.
And then I'm thinking, well, it's Saturday. Nothing can happen on the case. And so maybe something happened to one of the family members. I don't know.
I thought Zellner died. That was my first thought, that, oh my God, Zellner died, and now they're done.
Right. And then they said, Richard passed away this morning. He died suddenly from a heart attack. And I could, Laura, I could not speak. Hard to imagine, I know, for 10 seconds at least. And Travis, are you okay? And I said, they said, we just didn't want you to find out and see it on social media, or, and I'm really glad that they made the effort, because I know a lot of people found out that way. And of course, in this day and age, to get the word out in these large community, you need to put it on things like Twitter and whatnot. But I'm glad I didn't find out that way. I'm glad they made the effort to
me as well. I agree.
And then, it was nice seeing you on Paul's live. So I got back into town. I had Wi-Fi. No one was on Messenger, so I figured, well, somebody must be doing something, and Paul was. And Paul and him were really close. Yep. Like brothers. And my heart goes out to Paul. And but I just really think it's wonderful what you're doing. I know you have a lot of good memories of Richard, and you go back to when this thing started together, and then it kind of died off. But you and Richard were still doing the videos, and then Ma'am 2 came out, a lot of popularity. But y'all stuck with it for the these things ebb and flow, depends on what's going on with the case. But, you and Richard were the first people I met. And, so yeah, it's, I'm still in the shock mode. It's not going to set in. His, aunt and uncle, they started that GoFundMe, and they're raising a lot of money on that quickly. And I'm surprised the goal 6,000, in LA. I know where you and I live, prices are cheaper, but you can't even. Can you imagine what a funeral in Jersey would cost? No. I mean, I don't think you could do it for under 25,000, but. They've set a realistic goal, and people are turning out, and people like you are remembering him. I mean, that's one of the things that kind of got me through today, is seeing old friends and people that really appreciated Richard for what he did. And I mean, he literally traveled the world for this case.
Know. That's what I was saying earlier. And as far as the GoFundMe, there was one donation when I donated, $50. I was like, you know what? I hope they can raise it. Now it's almost $4,000, and that was only a couple of hours ago. I was like, good. I'm glad.
So I'm sorry I was late coming in, and you invited me during Paul's, but so I may have missed it. How are you doing, and how did you find out? And
I got a message from somebody on Discord who says to me, "Hey, Laura, you probably don't know me or remember me, but I'm from Making a Murderer." She's like, "I have some really bad news." And this was probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. And I said, "What's up?" And my first thought was Zellner's dead, or one of them died, or something to do with the case. Like, they're never going to, they're never getting out. Zellner lost, and that's it. I never in my wildest dreams thought that she was going to say Erekose died. And she says to me, Erekose died. I'm like, what? And a tear went down my eye right in Home Depot. And I was just devastated. I'm like, he's 44 years old. And my first thought was he doing dope and nobody knew? Were there drugs involved? She's like, no drugs. I said, all right, I'm going to call Allie. I was like, does Allie know? She said, yeah. She's like, we're not sure how we're going to break it. If we're breaking it on Twitter, a couple of people knew already and showing it. And I was still at Home Depot. And I said, I was called Allie. I said, Allie, is this true? She's like, is what true? I said, is he really dead? She said he died of a heart attack this morning. I'm like, and there were no drugs involved. You sure there were no drugs? She's like, no drugs. I was like,
yeah, he didn't, no indications of that. But, there is one lesson to be learned about maybe, Richard could be stubborn. Mm-hmm. You knew that. But I've been hearing, the aunt indicated, and one of his followers had been talking with him about a project, and he'd been complaining of chest pain for a couple of days. And so please, if there's anybody out there, even if you don't have a history, if you're in your 30s or 40s and you start to have chest pain, or if you have indigestion, or you think you have indigestion, but it's not like any indigestion you ever had before, pop an aspirin immediately and get somebody to take you to the emergency room. And, it's hard to say if that would have happened when he first felt any type of angina, chest pain. But, they know that if you take an aspirin immediately, that's a huge help, and then go and get it checked out. And the worst thing that happens is they say, it's something you ate, or you got GERDs, or, you need to follow up and get your throat scoped or whatever. But, he had a good job with good benefits, but there's just some of us, me included, I just don't like going to the doctor or the ER.
I agree.
But, if that's one lesson.
Did he have a history?
And then with the pandemic, they're saying, they're still finding out a lot about this virus. Mm-hmm. But I just read a medical journal article a couple of days ago that talked about why chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine could be the last thing you'd ever want to take, because there's a component with the virus that affects your heart. And Denise recently passed away, and they suspect COVID related.
Allie told me a test came back negative, though. But
okay, I wasn't aware of
but
that.
Allie says she swears that it was COVID that killed her. She said she had all the symptoms, all the signs, and she was convinced it was COVID, no matter what the doctor said.
Yeah. Well, and my point is that with, you just don't know how the virus. I was talking with somebody the other day, a physician, and they had a patient come in. They thought not real elderly, in the 40s, and reasonably perfectly healthy 2 days before. They come in, they're starting to have troubles, and the physician's asking questions, the typical diagnosis stuff. And then 10 minutes later, the woman was gone. It affects everybody differently. So, everybody please be safe. And, but, I just can't thank you enough for doing this tribute.
Absolutely. I didn't even think about it. Like, it wasn't even a thought not to do it. I'm just dumbfounded. I can't believe, even looking at his video, I can't believe that he's gone. And then in Tracy's live, when the aunt popped in using his name, was freaky. And I was like, a couple of things I learned today. One, give someone your passwords. But seeing the name right, it was very weird. And then take care of yourself. That's the one thing that kept hitting me, was like, he's younger than I am. He's 5 years younger than me. And I mean, like, a good indicator of a heart attack is when a face gets really red, but his face was always red. So that wasn't a good indication. Watching that video, I noticed, like, he's not doing anything with his left side. And he's leaning on his left side. And I'm looking at it, hindsight's 2020. I'm like, but keeps leaning on his left side. Like, his left side is dead. And he's only using his right hand. And, like I said, hindsight's 2020.
It was Stacy Seabrook. Stacy.
I asked him to come on tonight. He said he couldn't.
He's done a bunch of songs, in case your viewers aren't familiar with him, but some of your viewers aren't familiar with Stacy, but he's done a lot of songs that are making a murderer based, like the town of Manitowoc and various different things. But anyway, he said something that stuck out at me today. He said that he had been in contact like he usually was, and that one thing he was thankful for is he always, every time he had the opportunity to talk to Richard, or vice versa, Richard would call him, Stacy said, I always thanked Richard for what he was doing. So he said, I have no regrets about that. I didn't really have anything that on the table I wanted to tell him in terms of gratitude or of that nature. And so he said, I'm really glad the last time I spoke with him at the end of the call, I thanked Richard for what he's doing for the case. And so I wanted to be sure I thanked you for doing this. Not that I hope or think anything's going to happen to you in the next day or two, but that just really stuck out to me, that maybe we need to be more, we need to express the things we need today. We need to express them today to our friends and family. There's the old cliche, hug your kids or tell your kids you love them. I know you do, but I hadn't talked to him for a few days. I saw him on a video that I was in, and then I wasn't able to catch a live and missed it. And so it'd been 3 or 4 days since I saw him. And, there's a lot I would have liked to have said to him if I had one more chance and knew. Of course, we never do.
Too.
So thank you for what you do and what you've done. And thank you for doing this. I didn't really have any more to say than that, but thanks for having me on. I'm going to be watching. Pardon?
I said absolutely.
I'm going to be watching like everybody else to see when the services are. In this day and age, I don't think it's that much more difficult to, I typed in Tracy's live. I said, I wonder if whoever handling the services, if it would be that difficult to stream it live. And then I said, is that even weird to think about? And then, 5 years ago, I think people would have been appalled if I said stream it live. But, in these interesting times, not so much. We still have to keep safe and social distance. It's probably an exception to the no more than 10 rule. I think there's exceptions for families and whatnot, but still, you have to be conscious of keeping safe. I'd heard for Denise's services that they were very conscious of social distancing, but I'm hoping that they are able to stream it, and
if they can even bury him. I have one of my very best friends' husbands died. She's also in California, and she has to wait until the end of August, and he died almost 2 months ago.
The family, and that's obviously why maybe their goal is where it's at, a very, very reasonable goal. But I had heard one of the family members on there, they said this would help them significantly. What they want to do is do a cremation with a really nice urn. And then they want to have a good service. His uncle is talking with his pastor. I don't know what church they go to, but to help make those arrangements. But they're planning on doing a cremation. And I don't know. Kind of hard to think about. My parents, they're both alive and doing relatively well, but they bought these prearranged plans. They said all you do is you go and pull the envelope out, but it's hard to deal with. I just helped my wife, unfortunately, last year. Her mother passed away after a good, long, productive life, and but even with a lot of the arrangements prepaid and pre-taken care of, there's still a lot to do. And, I don't even know what my preferences would be, but, I don't know. I'm just blathering now.
It's okay.
I'm still in shock.
We're all in shock. And I wanted Paul to be here, but I know he's on the other side of the world, and I know he's sleeping. I got a lot of messages from people in England, like it's too late, for us. We're gonna be dead asleep, sound asleep. Dead asleep is a bad word. Did he have any problems with his heart? I mean, was he unhealthy? Did he have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, anything?
So that's interesting. It's never come up at all, but I haven't had any medical issues, so I didn't share anything health-wise or medically with him. He didn't have a sedentary occupation. He didn't sit, behind a desk like I do. He was out running wires and setting up all of that equipment, driving around LA. That's about the only thing I ever heard Richard complain about is the traffic in LA. And of course, for the last 3-4 months, he hasn't had to even deal with that. It's the only thing I ever saw is like he would get red in the face if he got frustrated or angry, or his only vice was drinking. And when it was kind of fun time, like you've done in the past, Friday happy hours. I don't know if you still do those anymore, but
not really.
He and Paul, but
No.
he drank a lot of Dr. Pepper, and that ain't good for you. But nothing that we don't already know about. He smoked.
He did smoke.
He was a smoker.
All right.
And so, but still, 44.
I mean, he lost weight if you look at his older videos. So it wasn't like he had gained tons of weight. He wasn't really overweight.
He's a big guy, played football in high school. He was athletic. His school did really well from my recollection. They may even have won a state championship, which is a big, big deal in California. That's a lot of schools. It's almost as big as winning a championship in Texas. But he played on a high school football team and enjoyed those times. He didn't complain about having to work. Some days his boss was on briefly with on Tracy's thing.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Tracy.
He doesn't know what he's going to do. He said, I can't even imagine what Monday morning is going to be like.
That's crazy. Are you there? Did I lose you? Where'd you go, Travis? Travis? I think we lost him. Well, you didn't mute him. So, if you don't know Travis, Travis is a lawyer who brought a very professional perspective to Erekose's presentation, I guess you could say. And he explained, I don't know what happened to him. He explained a lot of the other side to what a lot of us went by gut instinct, or a lot of us went by emotion, where Travis hooked up with Erekose, and Erekose and him, they were pretty much a team for a while, and Travis would explain everything legally and explain all the legal terms. That's what happened. He was planning on dropping something big, and there's nothing big to drop, though. There was really nothing big to drop. But I'll show you guys. 4 years ago, he made his first video. I'm going to show it to you guys. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's kind of funny. I mean, even if you watch my old videos, they're funny. But this is his very first video on making a murderer. Hold on.
Hello, I'm making this video today to point out a few things about the November 6th interview of Brendan Dassey. First off, this is all happening one day after the RAV4 has been discovered. At this point in time, they couldn't have possibly had any evidence that pointed to Brendan to justify the interrogation. In fact, we now know that they never found any trace of Brendan in the RAV4 or in Stephen's trailer. But Deputy O'Neill couldn't have known that at the time, nor did he have any evidence pointing to Brendan at the time. Deputy O'Neill is a sheriff with the Marinette County Sheriff's Department who pulled...
So that was his very first video on making a murderer. And if you look at that, listen to that as compared to Let's go to most recent one. Let me go to 3 weeks ago.
Hello there, folks. Here we are today. I just decided to just go live suddenly, hence the name of the live, for the hell of it. Anyways, I don't know. Figured talk about things. I mean, I don't know. Obviously we've gone through the recent reply from Zellner to, in regards to the state's response to her brief, and obviously there was a lot of good stuff there. It's been covered, but we're still now stuck in that waiting game. Obviously, that point now where obviously these appellate judges are gonna have to review everything, and so it's hard to say what exactly will happen. But
he did get a lot more confident.
Seems to me.
That's what I'm saying. If you go from beginning to end, but I mean, I'm not one to talk. My first video was funny too. So I can't say anything bad about someone else. It's just funny though to see the difference. So when I die, you guys can do that too. Where is Ripper? Big difference in recent videos, I know. I definitely know. There's a song that I heard earlier that I want to play. It's not... the first person I thought of was Paul Capaldi when I heard the song. And I was like, you know what? This is so for Paul. Where was it? I can't remember what it was. Oh, there it is. Hold on, was that it? No. Hold on. Now I can't remember. Who sang it? I just heard it. And I thought of Paul instantly. What is the difference? Get to the point I'm missing? What does that mean? Good night, Millbilly. I can't remember. I can't remember the singer. So, like I said, I am just absolutely devastated that Erekose's gone. I know my old videos are funny. A big part of making a murderer has died. I don't think this community will ever be the same, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think that it's a big part of us that's gone. I mean, nobody kept up with making a murderer the way he did. Nobody. He kept it going no matter what. When everyone else didn't, he did. But, you know, one thing that I will tell you guys, take care of yourself. I mean, knowing that he died younger than I am really put shit in perspective. And it really got me thinking, like, wow. Just wow. Just wow. Life is short. It definitely won't be the same. But I promise you, Jamie and Stacy, I promise you, I will keep it up. I'm not going to go fanatical like he did. But I promise you that I will keep it up. That I will give any updates. I will come back into the community. Because I know that if he could say anything to me, he would say, Laura, you got to keep it up. Come back to your roots. So anything new comes out, I promise I'll keep on top of it. You have my word on that. That I will keep on top of it. But I do want to close out with a song. Maybe this was it. Hold on. Yeah, I think this was it. Yes. All right, I found the song. This reminds me of Paul Capaldi. Hold on.
It's perfect outside, it's like God let me dial up the weather. Got the whole crew here, I ain't seen some of them in forever. It's one of those never forget it, better stop and take it in kind of scenes. Everything's just right, yeah, except for one thing. You should be here, standing with your arm around me here, and cutting up, cracking a cold beer, saying cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure been a good year. It's one of those moments that's got your name written all over it. And you know that if I had just one wish, it'd be that you didn't have to miss this. You should be here. Be taking way too many pictures on your phone, showing them off to everybody that you know back home, and even some you don't. Yeah, they say now you're in a better place, and I would be too if I could see your face. You should be here, standing with your arm around me here, and cutting up, cracking a cold beer, saying cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure
When I heard that song the first time, I was like, oh my God, Paul. I could totally see Paul singing this. I could really see Paul sitting there singing this to him. So I'm going to play one more song and then I'm going to shut down. But I'm going to say, Erekose, you will forever be missed. You will never be forgotten. And I just can't believe you're gone. I mean, we fed off each other. I mean, I can't believe you're gone. But I promise I will carry on the legacy of making a murderer, Erekose, just for you. Just for you. I will get back into it. Even if it kills me. Bad choice of words. I'll say even if it bores me. But Erekose, I know who your favorite band was. Because your favorite band was one of my favorite bands. So I'm going to close out with a song that I know you'll love. And let me find it. Where is it? All right, Erekose, this one's for you.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When all the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Yeah, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be.
Godspeed ahead, Erekose. You will forever